welcome back to my channel. Today I have this video that has been requested by one of my friends who just started eating a keto diet. So I'm going to go through my tips of how I actually don't cheat or maybe not feel guilty about cheating on this keto diet that I usually do. Really quick, if you aren't following me yet, I will pop my Instagram up on the screen and all of my social media links are down in the description box. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you liked this video, and let's go ahead and get started with the top 10 tips. Number 1, I do not like calling it a diet, being on the keto diet. I do try and usually say that I'm on a keto lifestyle because I feel like just using the word diet, people think that you're only doing it for a specific amount of time, and usually it's just for an end goal of, losing 5 pounds, 10 pounds, something like that. And I really enjoy eating ketogenic for most of the time. And so I actually don't want to say that I'm like on a diet or, things like that. I usually will just say that's how I eat. I eat low carb, high fat, and that's just what my body really loves. So I feel like that helps me if I'm saying that I'm actually eating a lifestyle instead of cheating on a diet. And that way I don't feel guilty, or I'm not really prone to cheating since I am deciding to do a lifestyle and I don't, I'm not trying to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks kind of thing. Number 2, and this one is a big one, is if you can, try and only keep keto approved foods in your house. It is only myself and my husband in my house. And so it is easy for me. I do all the grocery shopping, and my husband's very good with that kind of stuff. He's not gonna bring home pies and desserts and stuff. And so I keep everything keto approved. That way, if I do have a craving, I can just look around my house, and if I need something crunchy, maybe I'll grab a bag of pork rinds, or if I need something sweet, maybe I keep my keto granola on hand for, have a little handful of that with maybe some coconut cream or coconut butter. I always keep 90% dark chocolate in my house because I really love having that, but just having a little square with some coconut butter, it's a great treat. And I know that I'm not cheating, I'm still eating a keto diet or keto lifestyle, but it's just nice to have those things in my house that I can grab easily instead of, if there's muffins or cookies or chips or something in my house, that I'm gonna want those. Who does not want chips? Number 3 is that you definitely need to eat more calories. When you are a fat burner instead of burning the sugars in your body and the glucose in your body, you definitely need more calories to keep your body running. So many women, and even myself, when I was on previous diets, they always have you eating at a deficit. So you're only eating 1,200 calories a day, maybe 1,300 or 1,400, and that's just not enough to keep your body satisfied and be able to work. It slows your metabolism down. So I found that when I'm eating keto, I'm allowed, I eat way more calories. I eat about 2,000 calories a day and I still lose weight. I find that if I'm craving something or wanting to cheat, most of the time it's because I'm hungry. And so if I fuel my body instead and maybe eat an avocado, maybe eat some chicken or steak or whatever, some fat or protein, and eat more calories, then I find that actually my cravings go away and I'm not likely to cheat because I'm full and I'm satisfied. Number 4 is that if you're just starting out on keto, do not start fasting. Don't get onto the intermittent fasting train until you actually know that your body is fat adapted and you feel good, you're not hangry, you can actually, you look at the time and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't eat lunch yet. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, let me eat lunch. That is where you can actually get into intermittent fasting, and it's actually a natural process. It wasn't hard. You weren't saying, I have to wait until 2 o'clock to eat. I don't care if I'm starving to death, because I feel like when I do tell myself that I'm absolutely gonna fast, especially when you're first starting on keto, because you are starving when you're starting on keto, and you're really, really hangry when you're burning your sugar instead of burning fat. And so I usually wait until maybe a month, maybe a couple weeks, but definitely a month before I actually start my intermittent fasting. And that way I'm not super hangry, because if I did not eat breakfast and lunch is coming around, I will eat whatever I want, and I'm not, just gonna stick to keto foods just because I just need food now. So it's better if you wait until your body is fat adapted and it just comes as a natural process instead of restricting yourself and making yourself do that. Number 5 is to make your own keto treats. Now, yeah, sure, I have cravings for pizza, or I have cravings for ice cream or things like that. Those are never gonna fully go away. I know that I don't crave a lot of things now that I am fat adapted and I eat keto all the time, but there are still times where maybe it's even a holiday, or you just want something sweet, you just want a dessert, you just want something like that. So I actually make keto approved foods like that, and I feel like that really helps with me being able to stay on it, especially with my husband. Instead of, when we're maybe thirsty for a soda, because we don't drink a lot of soda in our house, I'll get the stevia sodas. They're called Zevia, and they're actually very, very good. And so we'll have one of those as a treat. Or if I'm hungry for pizza, I'll make keto pizza tonight. So I really try and do that, especially with comfort foods. If I'm making a pot roast with mashed cauliflower with lots of butter and bacon grease and all that kind of stuff, I find that I just stay more satisfied because I'm not eating salads every day. And don't get me wrong, I do love salads, but you want that comfort food, you want that feel good food. So I just make it keto approved instead. With that being said, maybe make some fat bombs to keep around. Those are great for those maybe dessert cravings, or even for savory cravings. You can make if you're okay with dairy, you can make pizza, fat bombs with cream cheese and stuff like that. And then I also keep around the Halo Top ice cream. It still does have carbs, but it's made with the erythritol, I think, sweetener. So it's less carbs. You can take out the fiber and the sugar alcohols. So it's not like if you eat a half a cup of ice cream, you're just blowing your carbs out of the water, but it's a nice treat. So I'll keep some of that in the freezer. Maybe Friday nights, my husband and I watch a movie, have some ice cream together, and it doesn't feel like you're restricting yourself and not giving yourself that treat. Number 6, maybe you need to practice a carb up, especially if you came from a restrictive background, if you're not eating enough calories and you just always have to tell yourself, no, no, no. Maybe you need to have a carb up, especially if you're a woman. With myself being a woman, I tried doing the 20 grams of carbs, and actually that was too restrictive for me, and it will really cause your hormones to be imbalanced if you don't practice a carb up, maybe once a week, maybe every few days, especially if you have a thyroid imbalance. So if you are feeling too restrictive and you just need to have some carbs, have some healthy carbs. Have a sweet potato with dinner, or maybe have a little white rice. Maybe you went out for sushi with your friends, or maybe have some fruit, some berries. You just never want to be too restrictive in your diet and just always tell yourself no, because then you'll definitely go on a binge later on with too many carbs. So if you're feeling that way, if you just feel like you need a carb up, then try it out. Try a healthy carb up. I'm not saying, go out and eat McDonald's all day long, but try a carb up at night. It might help you sleep better, and it might just help with some of those cravings. Number 7 is when I'm traveling or when I'm going out, I bring keto snacks with me. Especially my husband and I, we like to go to the movie theater, and so I might put a stevia soda in my purse with maybe some nuts, pepperoni, I don't know, chicken strips, olives, pickles, pork rinds, fat bombs. I mean, literally anything. There's so many different things. And so I'll just have that, and that way I don't feel that I'm missing out. My husband, he'll do a treat maybe sometimes and do popcorn. If you like popcorn, that's great. I'm not a big fan of popcorn, but I feel like when I'm watching the movie, you kind of feel left out when everyone else is chomping down on stuff. So I just bring my own keto stuff, and I feel like I'm with everyone else eating, but just healthier. And then I don't have that guiltiness later on that I ate a whole bag of candy. You just feel a lot better. Especially when I go to maybe potlucks and you're invited over, maybe ask if you could bring a dish that you want everyone to try. With potlucks, I always bring a keto approved dish. That way I know I have something there. Sometimes maybe if it's just a little appetizer thing, maybe I will eat before we go, and then, I don't need to get any of the appetizers. So that just works really well. Funny story is my dad just came to visit just for a couple days over Easter, and I made all keto approved foods, and like he did not even know it. We had the pot roast that I told you about, the mashed cauliflower. I had made like an Indian spice beef with peppers, and we had cauliflower rice with that. We had big salads with homemade ranch, and I made quiche for breakfast that had like bacon in it and coconut milk. And they just, I mean, they loved it. Like my dad and my stepmom, they had no clue that they were eating keto approved. So maybe try that out. Number 8 is not to focus on your macros if, again, you are coming from a restrictive background. You definitely want to try and listen to your body, because I feel like if I'm cheating, it's because I told my body no too many times. Say, for instance, that you hit your fat goal for the day, and you know your body it's just telling you, you just want more fat, you want that avocado, or you're just hungry for maybe a fatty coffee or something like that. Just go ahead and give it. If you're not listening to your body and you're just telling yourself, no, I hit my numbers, you know, your numbers don't tell you about your body. They really do not. Like, you can just not say, maybe you exercised that day, maybe you needed more fat, maybe you're on your period or something like that, you need more fat or more protein or more carbs. So if you're eating a whole food based diet and you're still hungry, or you really just want something and your macros are telling you, no, you don't have the room, I would definitely say listen to your body. I know I've done that, because if I'm following my macros too much, because I do try and eat intuitively and I don't track my macros, maybe I'll track like a couple days out of like a month just to make sure I'm eating on the right track and eating enough fat. But I feel like if I track too much, then instead of listening to my body, I'm telling myself that, oh, I ate, you know, too much protein today and I didn't eat enough carbs, or I ate too much fat today and I didn't have enough protein, so even though I'm hungry for this, I need to eat this instead. And so I feel like that's very unhealthy to do, and in the long run, you might not be able to stick with a keto diet if you're focusing too much on macros. Number 9, and I know that a lot of you won't be able to do this, but try and have other people eat keto with you. I'm lucky, I'm blessed with a husband that actually likes doing this stuff with me, and I know that if you have kids or a big family, it might be hard for you all to switch over, but I do think that you're more successful when you have a person doing it with you, having friends, you know, support you with things like that. So even if your family is kind of like, no, they don't want to try it out, maybe like what I did with my dad when he came to visit, just throw some keto meals in, you know, your weekly meal plan, and make it without telling them that it's keto. And who knows, your kids might actually like it, or your husband might not even know. And number 10, the last one, is remember why you started eating keto. I don't really like that we call everything cheating, because I feel like you are in charge of your body. You get to decide, and you decided that you wanted to eat keto. For what reasons? I'm not sure. That should definitely be what is motivating you to stay on track. Maybe you wanted to get healthier. Maybe you want to live longer. Maybe you're dealing with diabetes or insulin resistance. You want to lose weight. And so just really focus on that, and just focus on, you know, don't beat yourself up if you cheat. It's not the end of the world. You're doing this, you're eating whole foods for your body, you're getting healthier. And so, you know, if there's a bump in the road, if you went out with friends and y'all wanted a donut, okay, eat the donut and then go back and eat keto the next day. Like, don't keep restricting and then, you know, just binge for like 3 days and be like, oh, well, I messed it up. Like, no use going back now. No, like, there's plenty of times, maybe, you know, when we go to the beach and we're on vacation, like, we'll have pizza, we'll go out, we'll eat a buffet, seafood, fried shrimp, and then guess what? You just eat keto again the next day. There's, you know, don't beat yourself up. Don't feel guilty. You're doing this for your health. You get to choose what you want to do. If you do not want to eat keto, then you don't have to. If you feel like you need some carbs, eat some carbs. Practice a carb up. See how you feel. Just try not to beat yourself up about it, and really try and love yourself, because that is a really big part of being keto. I have found that when I am like weighing myself all the time and beating myself up and being like, how did I not lose weight? Why am I gaining weight? All this kind of stuff. Why did I cheat? I feel like that really causes just my body to even hold on to more weight and stress myself out even more. So, you know, in this year, I wanted to share this with you guys. I had given up weighing myself this year. I wanted to do it for at least 6 months. And I think this is like the 4th month, because I started in January. And I'm telling you what, I have way more confidence not weighing myself and not letting numbers tell me how to do things or how to feel about myself. And I know that I'm losing weight. I know that I'm thinner. My husband says it. My clothes fit better. I fit into shorts from last year. So if you are dealing with that, maybe just try and focus on loving your body, not feeling guilty. Don't feel guilty if you cheat or fall off the wagon. Just go back to eating keto and remember why you're doing this. So I hope you all enjoyed my top 10 tips. I hope that this helps you on your keto journey. If you have any more questions about this, if you have anything you want to add, go ahead and drop that comment down below. Let me know if this helped you, or let me know if you have any tips of how you don't cheat on your keto diet. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.